I want you to imagine walking into a Toyota dealership and you have two choices. Mid-size, full-size.
Tacoma or Tundra? We get this question so many times. And how about we do 3 tests? Drag race, acceleration, yes. Maneuverability test, how tightly can these trucks turn?
Yep.
And let's show them our off-road tests, our towing tests, and our efficiency test to decide which truck is best. Boom, check it out. Actual struts to lift the hood. But the Tundra comes with an option of 2 V8 engines, and this is where the Tundra shines. Under the hood of this limited model is a 5.7 liter V8 with 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot of torque, and it's backed up by a 6-speed automatic transmission. You can also get a 4.6 liter V8 if you wanted to, and that engine is rated at 310 horsepower, so quite a bit less. But 6-speed automatic is the only transmission available with both engines. Of course, you can get this truck in a 2-wheel drive version or a 4x4, and in about 4 different trim configurations.
Hot. Unfortunately, this doesn't have struts like the big Tundra, but what it does have is a 3.5 liter directed injected V6 engine that puts out 278 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque. I know, you thought it was the other way, right? Me too. It has a 6-speed automatic transmission, and it has an option for a 6-speed manual transmission. Love that. It also has 4-wheel drive, which is, of course, an option. You can also get a 4-cylinder engine.
Under the hood, the winner is clear. Of course, it's the Tundra. 2 V8 engine options. Macho!
Yeah, you have a point there, but, you know, I think my truck's about 1,000 pounds lighter, give or take.
Yeah?
Why don't we take it to the drag strip?
By the way, I do have a Tundra badge under my hood. What badge do you have?
A recommended oil badge.
What? I don't think there's a way I can lose.
Not that it's gonna matter, but I'm gonna shut off the air conditioner.
I've got a 5.7 liter V8. Macho!
Never mind that. Away we go. A little bit lighter than he is.
He got a better start?
And I'm surprised that I'm still ahead.
No way! It was very close. I was on your door, basically.
One more time.
Okay.
I feel better about everything right now. I seriously thought I was gonna lose.
Oh boy, that's really disappointing. I did not spin my tires.
Yeah, you got the better start this time.
And I'm victorious.
I got a pretty crappy start, but that was my fault.
Really?
Yeah, the wheels let go a little bit.
And I got a great start.
Yeah.
One more?
One more. I think they're really close.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yep. I think I loaded it up too much.
Just one more time. Good start with both.
Really even start.
The V8 takes over just a little bit.
Yeah.
Tacoma, 9.69 seconds.
Yeah.
Not a bad time for a mile above sea level.
Not
right?
bad.
But the Tundra, 9.14.
Are you sure you're not holding that upside down?
It's fine. It's fine. The V8 is quicker even though it's heavier. Let's talk about payload and towing capability.
Well, maximum towing with the right configuration is 6,800 pounds. You can hold up to 1,620 pounds.
That's interesting. So you could carry a couple of jet skis
Sure.
behind the truck, behind the Tacoma, or a small camper, or a small boat.
Yeah, no problem.
But here's the question. Can you actually reach inside of this bed?
Oh, you mean like touch the bottom of
Yeah.
it? Yeah, this is the good thing about having a vehicle like this. It's easy to reach in and touch the bed. I have no problem doing it. I'm 6'1". I have to actually lean into it. It's about 19 inches from rail to floor. All right, well, it looks like the height of the bed is much higher than the...
Can you reach?
All right, let's give it a shot. My fingertips, just.
So it's a little bit harder. That's indicative of a full-size truck. They're physically larger. The depth on this bed is about 22, just over 22 inches. That bed is about 19 inches deep. Maximum towing capability on the Tundra is 10,200 pounds. So quite a lot more than on the Tacoma. And maximum payload is actually not much higher, 1,710 pounds.
Really?
Yes. If your camper is much longer, like over 20 feet long and much heavier, the Tundra is really the truck for you. Or even a big boat, right?
Yeah.
And we've taken both the Tacoma and the Tundra on the iGauntlet. The Tacoma scored 58 points and the Tundra scored 60. So yes, they're iGauntlet proven. As big and ungainly as some full-size trucks are, I think the major benefit is just the interior comfort and space in general.
Yeah, it is this very spacious interior. There's a lot of L room, a lot of shoulder room. Fit and finish is not good.
Well, the Tundra is actually showing its age in a few areas. For example, this limited edition does not have electrically folding mirrors.
Yeah.
Does not have cooled seats.
No, it doesn't.
I still have no push button start, just a key.
Yeah.
But also, those are things are some of the positives for some folks.
Every time I get into Tacoma, I have to duck my head down and lift my butt up in a really kind of uncomfortable way. And then when I'm sitting inside, it's never that comfortable.
Tacoma is a sales leader in its segment.
Oh, yeah.
And has been for years.
Yep.
And it outsells the Tundra 2-1. I mean, it's still got some hard plastics in certain places.
They're
like
terribly hard, yeah.
The top of the dash and here. But I think it's more of a modern interior. You know, there's a big giant screen in the middle and the buttons are actually fairly easy to get to.
I would never say this normally, but the Toyota Tacoma is efficient compared to yours. I get 18 miles per gallon city, I get 22 miles per gallon highway, and I get a combined 20 mpg.
The Tundra, unfortunately, 13 city, 17 highway, 14 combined in a four-wheel drive version. And partly it's because of the rear end. 430 rear axle ratio in the Tundra, 391 in the Tacoma. We took versions of both of these trucks on our MPG loop on the highway, and Tacoma won that too with a trailer at 8.4 mpgs.
The good, the bad, and the weird for the Tacoma. The good, composite bed, lots of storage, and outlets. There's more storage inside the cab too, which is pretty cool. The bad, the ECT power, the electronically controlled transmission button. Not many people know what it is, and frankly, it doesn't seem to do very much. And then finally, the weird. There's a GoPro mount inside the cab.
Now what about the good, the bad, and the weird about the Tundra? Well, it has a very unique, good feature. The rear glass, the entire thing, actually can power down and up. I've used it on a boat launch ramp, and it helps looking back and talking to the people behind you. The bad, I really don't like the fake hood scoops, and Toyota keeps doing this on most of their trucks. No good. And the weird part is, underneath the rear seat, there's actually no storage. The floor is actually just raised. What's up with that?
Just a few years back, if you had a full-size truck and it didn't have a load in the back, you were bouncing around like a pogo stick.
Not in the case here, even though you still have the rear, solid rear axle,
Yep.
independent front suspension.
Right. I noticed a brake controller by your knee.
It's a very useful feature, which Tacoma
Doesn't
doesn't actually have standard.
No.
I mean, as part of its towing package.
Another thing about the big difference between the two of those vehicles is that, frankly, this one has, aside from having gobs of space, it also has a much wider interior, and you can really tell when I was sitting next to my wife in the Tacoma, I'm practically rubbing shoulders with her. And that's a major difference between mid-sized trucks. They're all narrow. That's the whole thing, you know. But this won't fit in my garage. I have an old garage. The Tacoma will. So that's, for me, one of the many selling points of a smaller truck.
Nathan and I are sitting in the back seat. I am about 6'2",
I'm about 6'1".
and I have limo quality of back seat legroom, hip room, and headroom. Comfy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, much bigger cab, much more comfortable cab, much more contemporary cab. Well, right off the bat, do you see a problem? My
I
seat,
see one.
my seat is pretty much as far back, almost as far back as it'll go, 6'1". So, getting in is a little bit more of a challenge. There are no air conditioning vents back here either. Much more, no, not much more anything. It's tight back here.
It's a tight quarter for adults.
Both of these trucks are in limited trim. However, there are off-road versions of these trucks that we have taken off-road. And immediately I'm going to declare the winner, the Tacoma. And the reason why is the Tacoma has a TRD Pro package that is available that makes it absolutely excellent off-road. Its smaller size makes it a little bit more nimble off-road, and frankly speaking, it has more goodies. Unfortunately, for 2018, the TRD Pro package is no longer available for the Tundra.
But let's see which truck can turn in a smaller circle.
Smaller circle? That's going to be interesting. Both of these things turn like battleships.
Here's how we're gonna do the curb-to-curb turning test. Nathan is gonna go first in the Tacoma. I marked the spots with the cones where he starts, and I'm gonna try to meet his circle in the Tundra. Okay, so this is the Tacoma, full circle. All right, I'm gonna see if I can complete the same turn in the Tundra. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to.
Now, Toyota trucks are notoriously poor at doing tight maneuvers. And in this case, you were really close, really close.
Well, I'm within what? 1, 2, 3, 4 feet of you, actually. The Tacoma starts in a 4-cylinder configuration at $25,400 before destination.
Right.
The Tundra, on the other hand, is starting at $31,300, so almost $6,000 more.
That's right. Now, as equipped, mine comes in at around $41,500.
Yep, and finally, the limited version of the Tundra 4x4, $49,000, just over that.
So there's a big discrepancy in price, and there's also a big discrepancy in terms of options. I have 6 different trim levels. You don't have anywhere near that. I also have a 6-speed manual option. I also have a 4-cylinder option.
And you keep saying, is that because you prefer the Tacoma?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Really, I actually will take the Tundra. You know, I have a 6,000-pound boat that I usually tow.
Right.
And although the Tacoma is rated to tow that much weight, we never recommend pushing the truck to its limit.
Right.
So the Tundra is where it's at for me.